Today is a special, special day in the city of St. Petersburg. That's why we're all here. We are celebrating community today, are we not? We're celebrating Community Day, the official launch of the city's first community support hub, a trauma-informed support space, a big phrase you'll learn a lot more later. And to begin, a man who needs no introduction, I'd like to welcome the 54th Mayor of St. Petersburg, Mayor Kenneth T. Welch.
St. Pete, how are we doing today? It's a beautiful day on the Deuces, isn't it? I want to thank you all so much for coming out today for the grand opening of our inaugural community support hub here on the Deuces in South St. Pete. The hub's project stands as a testament to the power of community partnership, and I want to thank each of you who've contributed to making this vision a reality. Your commitment has been instrumental in bringing us to what is a very exciting moment in our city. I want to recognize some of our city leaders who are here with us today. Our chair of the City Council, Deborah Fix Sanders. Council member, Brother John Muhammad. Council member, and he's tall so I can see him, Council member Richie Floyd. As Council member Gina Driscoll here, I had her on the list. And school board member Caprice Edmonds is with us as well. Any other elected officials? Thank you all for being here today. As this concept was being developed, the vision and the feedback from the community was vital to the development of what is a new model for our city. As we talked to the community, talked to our families and neighbors, it was clear that the need was for accessible and comprehensive mental health and other supportive services, and the importance of addressing the root causes of so many of the issues that impact our families and our neighborhoods every day. That community input guided and informed our development of the hubs. They're designed to meet the needs of our diverse community and to meet people where they are. And today we celebrate the opening of this place, the first hub, that will bring those services to the community, representing an innovative and intentional model of mental health care service delivery. I'd like to extend a special thank you to the partners who led this initiative, Dr. LaDonna Butler of The Well, Dr. Sandra Brom of Gulf Coast JFCS, Michael Gelazzo of PERC, and I also want to recognize our St. Pete team who has done a ton of work on this project, led by our Housing and Neighborhood Services Administrator, Amy Foster, and our ARPA Coordinator, Jess Riedel. Thanks to each of you for your leadership in moving this important project forward. You know, this is life-changing work, and I'm sure that many families will connect with opportunities, with support, and with hope through the trauma-informed services that will be provided at our hub location starting right here. Through direct counseling, care management, and assertive outreach, the hubs will empower individuals to reclaim their sense of agency and embark on a path towards healing and recovery. And we're not done yet. As we move forward, we will continue to innovate and to make informed decisions based on data, on science, on the reality that folks are facing in their streets, in their homes, in their neighborhoods every day. And we're going to work for impactful change. We're going to look outside the box, and we're going to look to help folks move forward. And that's what inclusive progress is really about. So let us all continue to focus on building a culture of openness and acceptance, meeting people where they are, where mental health is not stigmatized, but recognized as a fundamental component of overall well-being. Together, we have the power to make a difference, and we are making a difference in St. Pete, one life at a time, and together we are St. Pete. God bless y'all.
I started out by saying I was really excited to be here because of the energy that you all bring to this community event, but even personally, for me, not just as your public information officer, but as an individual, having two immediate family members who needed this kind of support. And it's hard. It's hard financially, and it takes a toll on the family. It's an illness just like any other. So I'm personally grateful and thankful for what the City of St. Pete and Dr. Butler, what this program is doing, as my family members still struggle with those mental health problems. So I'm truly thankful to be here standing with you. And we talked about collaborative partnerships. We can't do this as one, not even just with the city. So please show that love and appreciation for Dugan Cooley, Pinellas Community Foundation Chief Executive Officer. Show them your appreciation.
There are countless individuals in our community who, when they reach out for help, find themselves unseen and unheard. And the lack of visibility and the lack of voice renders the help that people seek seemingly out of reach. And today marks a pivotal moment with the opening of our first community support hub, a beacon of hope, especially for people who have been unserved, underserved, or inadequately served for far too long. These challenges were exacerbated by the pandemic, and it is fitting and much appreciated that the city is investing ARPA funds into solutions that address challenges made more acute in the aftermath of the pandemic. The partnership among the WELL, Gulf Coast JFCS, and PERC is a testament to what can be achieved when vision, a shared focus on community well-being, and experience converge. The hub represents a crucial step toward making support services more accessible to all. It embodies our collective aspiration to normalize the pursuit of good mental health. Central to our values here at the hub is the understanding that the hubs are not mere points where you get service for fixing problems, but it's meant to be a refuge where people are first seen, heard, and valued. And so today we celebrate not just the launch of a facility, but the opening of a unique and vital community resource. And let's be clear, the groundwork has been laid through tireless effort, yet the journey ahead demands even greater dedication. My heartfelt appreciation goes to Mayor Welch and the City of St. Petersburg for their financial support and for fostering an environment where collaboration, partnership, and innovation thrive at the heart of community service. This work is undeniably challenging and it's complex. And I am profoundly grateful to the mayor and the city for your commitment to addressing the most critical needs in our community in this way. Thank you.
You really can't do this kind of tough work if it's not personal to you. And so before I bring up our next speaker, who you already heard from briefly, it truly is, I know their family, it is a family affair for them. Dr. LaDonna Butler, her sister, you may not know, Caprice Edmond, Mayor introduced her to the school board member. Their entire family is committed to uplifting the quality of life for community members. It is in their blood. So please, introducing the founder and executive director of the WELL Incorporated, please welcome Dr. LaDonna Butler.
Look at us, y'all. Gathering here. I wrote some comments, so I'm going to read the comments and then I'm going to also honor us. It has been a long time that we have gathered together. And my assignment for today is to walk you through the access model. Many people who are winding through the space, they ask, what's going to happen in this space? Or better yet, we don't like that saying, we would like this instead, right? So the hubs are more than a physical space. They represent a commitment to care and support. Picture them as focal points where our community's strengths and collective strategies converge to create an environment of safety, well-being, and joy. As we were listening, we had our first listening session virtually and then our second at the Enoch Davis Center. One of our community members said to us that it can't just be about what we don't have, but thinking about how do we access and use the things that we do have. See, for far too long, the community strategies and the services provided by our various entities felt distance and often not enough. But today I am delighted to share that we are witnessing a shift in this dynamic, bringing the community strategies as well as service providers beings together in order to make sure that they are accessible and the services are way more comprehensive. So, the hub. It is meant to be a straightforward door where every resident can access the support and resources they need, from parks to houses of faith and hair salons and shaded trees. We have always known how to gather and share information and tell each other what to do and where to go in order to get help. Well, a part of the hub strategy is to use that same mindset through an assertive outreach strategy, where we have our street team, our residents who are onboarded as a part of our team to make sure that people who are hurting are directly connected to the services that are available. Not only to our partnering organization through the Well and Gulf Coast and Perk, but when we find people like Eric Jackson of Story 727, or when we find people who are giving out food on weekly basis, or when there's truancy programs over like Bethel Foundation or all of the other services that already exist in our community, we can just plug them in and say, these things exist, let us walk you through the gate. Assertive outreach is meant to be a way to gather and provide direct support by people who have lived this life. Next, care management. How many of us have heard case management before? Raise your hand. We are not cases and we deserve care. And when we actually care about each other, we take the time to listen to what is actually going well in people's lives. We can say, well, if this person heard this, I wonder what would happen if you asked for additional support and help. This way we don't put undue strain on already strained resources, and we have a long-term commitment from family and community members to stay the course. Our care managers, they are in the space. If you are a care manager connected to the hub, please raise your hand. They might be running around. Everybody give it up, I see them. Our care managers then connect them with the necessary resources, including the human resources, in order to get their needs met. I see y'all right now. Last but not least, the critical service is comprehensive mental health services. We know that there is a rising need in accessible mental health supports. Some provided by clinicians, like our very own Dr. Sherry Hooker. Where is she? I name her because when the doors opened, she was the first person who was here. And when I looked at the records of the number of people who had walked through the door, I said, Dr. Sherry, do you realize you saw every single person and provided care for them? I said, Dr. Sherry, thank you. And then our network of clinicians. I'm pleased to say that the Well is your behavioral health partner in here. And so we have I see Nazama Ward right now, who's been serving and providing direct support. Our Patrick Diggs, our other clinicians in the space. If you are a mental health practitioner in this community, please raise your hand and be recognized. We realize that not only will it be the clinicians who are directly connected to this project, but every single clinician who is in this neighborhood that will be activated through this project. I think that's what makes it most innovative. See, typically when a project is funded, you only can hire the staff, and the staff that are on the project are the only ones you can engage. Well, because of the flexibility of funding, we are able to engage people who have the right skills, the right strategy, and have neighborhood alignment. the BIPOC landscape said there's some racial concordance going on. So we're able to activate folks to be able to match the stories that are in the room. So what's next? Well, we realize that people need more than just outreach, care management, and counseling. Sometimes there are legal matters that need to be taken care of. We have activated our partners at Bay Area. And as we are listening to community partners, we will be extending our arm and saying, join us in this work. How do you start? Well, everybody say, thank you, Joy. Thank you, Joy. Joy. Where would we be without Joy? We have a phone number and a website and a sign that you can be activated in joining this movement with us. This is not a moment, this is a movement. So if you are a person who wants to learn how to lead a peer support group and you have a heart for that, go ahead and reach out to us. We will happily train you so we can activate those things in the moment. If you are a service provider and you have something that our community could need, that they need, join us in this work. And if you are a member who says, I need help, because guess what? We all need help sometimes, then reach out to us. We can't wait to serve you, sit with you, and celebrate every single step along the way. With that, I'm gonna pass it on. You're gonna hear more from me later on, but for today, I have the pleasure of bringing up our partners in this work that we could not do this work without. Our very own Dr. Sandra Bram, CEO of Gulf Coast Jewish Family Services.
Thank you, Dr. Butler, and thank you, Mayor, for this bringing to life, and the Community Foundation, Pinellas Community Foundation, for this incredible vision. I want to first just recognize what it is that we do at Gulf Coast JFCS, because many people don't realize that. But we, in this 50th year of incorporation, we uplift lives through a series of more than 57 programs that are activated by more than 670 employees across 40 Florida counties. And we are thrilled to be partners in this effort with the city, with the Hub, with the Community Foundation, with every other partner that is gathered here, with PERC. Thank you for that. You know, I think about the Hub, and I want to just share that this is the sort of special place that I think my mother may have stumbled upon. She had schizophrenia, and when the rules changed and we couldn't make her go to the hospital, she just wandered the streets in the neighborhood. She did that for 6 years until she finally admitted herself to the hospital. She passed in 2020 of COVID, but I look at this place and I know that this is a lifeline for so many community residents that are gonna just stumble in here wondering what it is and seeking help. So thank you for supporting it. I wanna thank my team that's with me today, Dr. Eliza McCall-Horn, our Executive Vice President, Tiana Audette, the Director of the CALL program, and we also have our new employee who's assigned full-time to the well, Miss Applegate, wherever she is, somewhere around. So thank you very much, and I'm happy to turn it back over.
Dr. Butler mentioned we all need help sometime, and I didn't truly understand what it meant when we say it takes a village, until I became a mom of 3 boys, former foster children, and that journey to parenting would not have been possible without Gulf Coast Jewish Family Community Services, their program, the Heart Gallery of Pinellas and Pasco. They provide the avenue for you to identify foster children and become parents to them. So Dr. Braun, thank you so much for that being one of the significant programs you do or offer to Pinellas and Pasco County. I would not be a mom today if not for your organization. Thank you so much. I also want to bring up the CEO now, and as we talk about partners, the CEO and Executive Director of PERC, People Empowering and Restoring Communities. Please welcome, show that love, keep that energy going for Michael Gelazo.
Yeah, I don't know how I have to follow all these speeches, but I do have a few prepared things to say as I try to do something with these crutches. But I'm going off script because I too, my mom was a single mom who really did a lot of things for my brother and I, and without the support of Gulf Coast Jewish Community Family Services a long time ago when I had actually hair that wasn't all gray and I was a little bit smaller than I am now. It's been a staple in our community, and it strikes me because I look around this community and I look at all the resources from St. Petersburg College to the St. Pete Free Clinic to we've got Habitat for Humanity across the street, and it's really emblematic of collaboration, partnership that we see so often in Pinellas County, we see so often in St. Petersburg. And when Mayor Welsh, when we first understood the ARPA funding, the mayor had a series of listening sessions all throughout the community to say, hey, what should we do with this? Where most communities were taking these funds and saying, all right, let's replace government funding, let's build building, let's do things like that. We had a mayor who said, hey, listen, we need affordable housing, so we want to address this, but what else does the community need? We're all here today because of his innovation, so please give him another round of applause. PERC, People Empowering and Restoring Communities, is the Pinellas Ex-Offender Reentry Coalition. We work with people who are coming home, returning citizens who need support, and that's the larger part of what we try to do. And I want to say that one of the reasons that we're here is when the pandemic hit in 2020, we also saw an incredible spike of violence, of gun violence in the city, especially the southern part of the city. And we were glad, and always glad, to work with our city council chair now, but city council member Deborah Figgs-Sanders, in creating the Hidden Voices program, working with council member John Muhammad and everyone on city council to see these kind of programs grow, to try to address concerns in the community, but to do it in an innovative way. And we need innovative leaders, and I have to give council member Figgs-Sanders a lot of credit for that, because we said, all right, you guys work with returning citizens, let's create a program for returning citizens. Let's have people who have taken from the community come back and give to the community, and to create these street outreach teams, which we have successfully with Deshawn Mims and her staff working for the last couple of years, helping hundreds of families. And this was the natural segue into what a social support services hub could be. So we've been excited to be part of this project and see this come to fruition. Where people used ARPA for buildings, we used ARPA for people. And that's why we're here today, and I don't think that that should ever get lost. You know, we need more housing, we need more services, but we're here because we're gonna work collaboratively. I look around, I see Mr. Maurice Scott, who's working because his son was a victim of gun violence. I look at Esther Matthews from our team, but also as just a community leader. I look around, I see Teresa Jones, who spent her entire career giving back to the community. When Teresa, Esther, myself, Deborah Figgs-Sanders, Amy Foster, we were all at another meeting prior to here looking at a Senate bill and a House bill that's going to criminalize homelessness, and that can't happen. And we have to rally as a community to make sure those things don't happen. But what we're doing here today is celebrating how we can collaborate together for this community, for people in this community, and for the greater good. On behalf of PERC and our team with Esther, Sean Kennedy, who's done so much work here, Deshawn Mims, Deanna, who's our care manager at this facility, we've brought 3 or 4 members on to be part of that outreach team. We couldn't be more excited to be part of this and to see where this goes, because it's not just this neighborhood, it's every neighborhood. We couldn't be more excited to work with the mayor's team, with Rob Gertis, and everyone with the Rays on the redevelopment of Tropicana Field, and look at the opportunities to create more employment, to create more housing, to do things here. This is the start of an innovative project. We're very glad to be a partner. Thank you.
It spoke to me when he said it's everywhere, in every city, on every block, in every community. We all know that is so true. And our next speaker, he's a city council member representing District 7, but he was a community advocate, a community supporter long before he was given that charge to be a city council member. His whole life he spent serving this community. Please welcome Councilmember John Muhammad.
Wow. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude, y'all. I just had to take a minute. They gave me 2 minutes on the program, so I'm going to try and stick to it. But as I'm hearing everybody speak and listening to the way we recount the history of why we're here and how we ended up here, we all have our versions and we all have our narratives of the popularly dominated narrative. But I stand here, again, overwhelmed with joy, sincerely grateful, and nervous for some reason. I got 22 days before my birthday. And I'm having an anxiety attack, so I'll keep it brief. In 2017, we did a program called Mama's Day Bailout, where we bailed out mothers. I can't even finish this. So thank y'all for being here. I can't finish it. I'll talk about it another time. I'm not feeling well, but thank y'all for being here.
Good morning, everyone. First, I would like to say thank you for allowing me to speak. And yes, I'm super nervous, but here goes. My name is Cassie, and I'm married, and I have 3 loving children. And after an auto accident in 2022, leaving us physically and financially impacted, it was hard. But because I know God is real, we got accepted in Jordan Park community, which has been truly a blessing to our family, which led to the introduction to Dr. Butler at an open community talk session because the balance of the area and because we have children, so we instantly all connected. So it was like 10 or more women present. So when Dr. Butler introduced herself and shared her story, it was easy for me to open up to her because, one, she's the same color, we had relatable stories, and how to heal. We all share our concerns on violence in the area and what the community was lacking as a resource. The last question Dr. Butler asked after we were, how do we heal ourselves, will lead to healing the community in hopes that healing ourselves will unite the healing in others. That's when I know and felt the meeting had transitioned into the hub safe place. Because now I can personally able to voice my concerns about the violence in the area and within the community. And I felt the hub was truly done something that most has never done, which was listen to us. However, the hub would do more than just listen to us. The hub became the voice for us. Personally, I became active within the community through the hub, from attending monthly Queens and Teens meeting with my daughters, and parent calves with my son, and many other services. I would highly recommend members of the community to seek service here at the local hub to start the healing process within yourselves that will unite the spark in others, making a better community to live in. Thank you for allowing me to share my story.
Hello, everybody. Hi. My name is Russia Collins, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer with The Well. We are so very thankful. I want to first say thank you to Councilmember Muhammad. We thank him so much, and even in his inability to continue, he said everything that we all felt on our hearts, and so we thank and we honor him for his time. And I also want to thank Cassie, our community member. Her voice is so strong and powerful. It's nothing that any of us could say that could top what she had to share today, and she said she was nervous, but her story will ring through the neighborhood and the community as a voice that we want to continue to listen to and hear. So I want to thank you all so much for being here today. We are so honored. We are so thankful to our partners, to our community, to you all. And I want to welcome everybody up, Mayor, our partners, Dr. Butler, for our ribbon cutting.
Just happened. As we are gathering, all of us, for this ribbon cutting and getting ourselves situated, I'm so pleased that Representative Michelle Rayner's office is present. Everybody, we will hear from her, her office right now, as we are gathering for this formal ribbon cutting. Yeah, ribbon cutting.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Sam Kelleher, and I am the District Aide for State House Representative Michelle Rayner. She sends her deep regret she cannot be present today. She's currently in Tallahassee finishing up legislative session. So she wanted me to bring her deep congratulations and gratitude for what is occurring here today and share this specifically. So this is a quote from her. The opening of the hub is a fruition of a part of Dr. LaDonna Butler's dream to provide trauma-informed services and community support to the people of St. Petersburg. I am grateful to the City of St. Pete and other partners for investing in this moment. I know the hub is not symbolic, but it is already changing lives. The well is already providing the crucial care that is needed and treating our people with dignity they deserve. I am proud of my friend and my sister, Dr. Butler. I have witnessed the late nights and labor pains to bring this to completion. I am honored to know her and honored to bear witness of this moment. I love you, sweet friend, and I am proud of you. Here's to you and the well continuing to change the lives of our people. Thank y'all so much.
And with that, we're going to ask all of our city council leaders, as well as everybody else who are a part of this team, to please join us for the formal ribbon cutting. Mayor? Dr. Brown.
Pardon me?
Are we moving to stand up here in the back? There we go.